Writing. A. Rewrite the following paragraph with the correct punctuation mark. So we have to write this paragraph again, punctuating. So before doing this, you have to understand what is punctuation and then what are those punctuation marks. Punctuation are the symbols or signs that we use in order to make our writing clear. For example, this David is proper noun, so this small d will be capital D. So this is called punctuation. David didn't, there is apostrophe. David didn't really like school, but he did enjoy practical subjects. Where colon or semicolon, because these are two independent clauses. Where he could use his hands to make things, and then full stop. So what is punctuation? Punctuation is the marks. Punctuation is the marks used in writing to separate sentences and their elements to clarify meaning. So again, punctuation are the marks, those marks that we use in our writing in order to clarify the meaning. In order to what? In order to clarify the meaning. These punctuation marks are also called the use of symbols. The use of symbols in writing. And these symbols bring clarity to a sentence. So our text will be clear if we use punctuation mark. If you do not use punctuation marks, then your text may be confusing, not clear. So there are several punctuation marks. For examples, full stop, this one, question mark, this one, then exclamation mark or exclamation point, next one comma, then colon, next semicolon, apostrophe, quotation marks, ellipsis, parentheses or brackets. And these 11 numbers, capitalization is not the marks, but this is also punctuation rule. Capitalization. Now we will learn what are these punctuation marks one by one. Punctuation marks number 1, full stop, or it is also called period, and you can see this sign is called full stop. So when do we use this full stop? So first rule, we use full stop at the end of any sentence. For examples, we are eager to learn English, full stop, this is one sentence. So end of the sentence there will be full stop. Hence we spend at least an hour a day learning the language. Again, first sentence, full stop. Another sentence at the end, full stop. Next one, we use full stop with abbreviations as well. Abbreviations. For an example, etc. Dot. Next example, Mr. Dot, Mrs. Dot. Punctuation mark 2, question mark. So this sign is called question mark. So we use this question mark with interrogative sentences. Interrogative means questions. For examples, do you practice your English every day? Your English. Please do correction, R is missing. Do you practice your English every day? Or do you practice English every day? Next, are you happy? Are you happy today? Punctuation marks number 3. Exclamation mark, or it is also called exclamation point. And this sign is exclamation mark or exclamation point. So when do we use this particular symbol? We use this exclamation mark with interjection. For example, yay, hooray, ouch, it hurts, hooray, we won the game, etc., etc. And then we use this exclamation mark with strong feelings as well, to emphasize something as well. Examples: slowly, the floor is slippery. So this is the emphasize, slowly, the floor is slippery. Bravo, you have done an incredible work. Bravo, exclamation mark. Next, that's what you think. The old woman and the lime tree. So this is, that's what you think, strong feelings. I do not think such a way. The way you think, that's what you think. Next one, punctuation mark number 4, comma. So we use this comma with a listing of items. Example: you need lemons, water, and sugar to make lemonade. Look, you need lemons, comma, water, comma, and sugar to make lemonade. So these lemons, comma, water, comma, sugar, these are the list of items. Next, she is learning English, Spanish, Korean, and Hindi. Oh my gosh, several languages. So these are the list of languages or series of languages. She is learning English, comma, Spanish, comma, Korean, comma, and Hindi. Next, we use comma to add non-essential information as well. Like, I helped a man, comma, who was injured by the accident, comma, get admitted in the hospital. So this, who was injured by the accident, this is non-essential information. If you remove this, then the sentence will have clear meaning. Like, I helped a man get admitted in the hospital. Still, the sentence has clear meaning. So this is unnecessary information or non-essential information. So when we add a non-essential information, we use comma. Punctuation mark number 5, colon. These two dot. So this sign or this symbol is called colon. So we use this sign to introduce list, series, quotations, and explanation. So again, we use this colon with list, series, quotations, and explanation. What the heck? Explanation. Examples: my mother has bought some leafy vegetables, amaranth, comma, spinach, comma, broccoli, and spring onion. Look, my mother has bought some leafy vegetables. Leafy vegetables, colon. After this, what are those leafy vegetables? Amaranth, spinach, broccoli, and spring onion. Next, our smartphone offers us several ways of communications, colon. So several ways of communication like calling, messaging, sending email, using social media, etc. Next, we use colon to separate units of time. Example, 9:25 a.m. So we have used colon to separate units of time. Those are 09 and 25 minutes. So 9 hour 25 minutes. So 9:25 a.m. Next, quotation occurs. Next, punctuation mark number 6 is semicolon. This sign is called semicolon. The use of semicolon. First, between items in a list or series, when the items themselves contain commas, like she is learning multiple languages, semicolon. So what are those multiple languages? More than one languages. First one English, next Spanish, then Korean, then Hindi. Oh my gosh, so many languages. Next, we use semicolon to join two independent clauses that are not connected with a coordinate conjunction, like we go to school, semicolon, we learn at school. Next, make sure to pay extra attention to your more delicate items, semicolon, you should wash them either by hand, comma, or on the delicate cycle and in a mesh bag. So here, short note, in the place of semicolon, you can use colon as well. Punctuation mark number 7, apostrophe. This sign is called apostrophe. We use apostrophe to show position or to indicate position. For an example, Suhani's shoes, my brother's book, my mother's mobile phone, like this. Next, we use apostrophe for omissions of letters or numbers. Example, let's go. So this is apostrophe and then s. So this is let's go. There is omissions like let us go. In the place of let us go, u is missing and we have added apostrophe and then s. So let's go. Next, I am sorry. So in the place of I am sorry, we have written here I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Punctuation mark number 8, quotation marks. This is called quotation mark. Let's see the sign. So we use quotation mark with direct space to show the exact words that someone said or wrote. Well, where was I? 8 number. Punctuation mark number 8, quotation marks. So this is quotation mark. You can see we use this quotation mark to show the exact words that someone said or wrote. It means we use these quotation marks with direct speech. Example, wear the old coat, buy the new book, said, wrote Austin. Look at this quotation mark, quotation mark. This is the exact sentence written by Austin. Next, quotation mark, we are rich now. the woman said. Quotation mark, we are rich now, old man, the woman said. Next, we use this quotation mark to signal titles of short works. For instance, I read the poem Leisure yesterday night. Leisure, this is the poem and this is the title of the poem. So we have given the quotation mark to this title. Next, punctuation mark number 9, ellipsis. This 3 ... this is called ellipsis. So we use this ellipsis to omit word, sentence or whole section from a text, and this is intentional. In order to omit a word, in order to do not write In order not to write a word, sentence, or any section from a text, we use this ellipsis. Example: my uncle received the shocking news about his son's death and suffered a heart attack, and he's also ... We all know what happened after this. He suffered heart attack, and then he just also means his sons died, and he also finished. Next, punctuation mark number 8, parenthesis or this bracket. We use this parenthesis in order to show additional information. Example: Lakshmi Prasad Devkota was born on the night of Lakshmi Puja on 13th November 1909. And then bracket 27 Kartik 1966 Bikram Samvat or BS. So this 27 Kartik 1966 BS, this is additional information. If you remove this additional information, then your sentence will be meaningful. So in order to give additional information, we use parentheses. Next one, capitalization. 11 number, capitalization. Capitalization means these capital letters. So first letter of every sentence will be capital. For example, once upon a time. So this is starting of a sentence, so capital O. There lived an old couple who were very poor. Full stop. Now another sentence. One day the woman said to the man. So this is another sentence, so first letter is capital. Next one. Why don't you go to the forest and cut down a lime tree for us to use for firewood? So again, this is a sentence. So sentence starts with capital letters. So there is. Also here is capital W. Next one, we use capital letters with proper nouns as well. Proper nouns mean special names, particular names like Sunday. So Sunday is capital. Rajesh Hamal are capital. December, this is also proper noun of month, so capital D. Tommy, capital T. Lakshmi, capital L. Dharan, capital D. Next, we use capitalization with the majority of titles as well, such as President, capital P. Teacher, capital T. Doctor, capital D. We use capital letters with family relationship used as proper noun. So when family relationship is used as a proper noun, then we use capital letters. For an example, grandpa, mother, father. But if you use this family relationship with these like my, your, then no capital, only not capital, but what is the opposite of capital? I forgot. Capital is small letter, yeah, like my grandpa. So this G is small, but if you write only grandpa, then capital G, mother, capital M, father, capital F. Next one, I is always capital if I is alone. So we starting letter of a sentence is capital, and then beside this starting letter, if I is alone, whether it is at the beginning, at the end, or in the middle of sentence, the I will be capital. Such as, I am teaching my students punctuation marks. So I is at the beginning, capital I, because first letter of sentence will be capital. Next, you and I are learning punctuation marks. So you and I, look at this, I is alone, so I is capital. Let me give you proper answer. Okay, now this one, punctuation. The paragraph after the punctuation. So David, capital D. David didn't, apostrophe. really like school, but he did enjoy practical subjects, semicolon or colon. You can use either of them. Where he could use his hands to make things, full stop, capital H. He also loved biology, proper noun, so capital B, because he could draw lots of diagrams and do experiments, full stop. In fact, comma, his mother once told him that he should become a surgeon, S capital and then full stop. So this is paragraph after punctuation. B. Develop a story with the help of the clues given below. Give a suitable title to the story. So, a crow ... sticks some peacock feathers ... flies to peacocks ... claim peacock as relatives ... they drive him away ... fly to ducks ... ducks also drive him away ... crow is left alone ... friendless ... Let me give you proper answer. Story writing from outline. Use past tense like simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous, or passive form of past. Next, you can use direct speech or indirect speech. And while developing story, we have to give a suitable title as well as moral. Suitable title as well as moral. And we have to write the story in paragraphs. More than one paragraphs. It could be 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs. Answer: The Crow and the Peacock. Once upon a time, there lived a crow who didn't like her own feathers. She would always admire the colorful feathers of the peacock and criticize her own and her friends' feathers, saying, dull and plain. She would always wish to have feathers as colorful as the feathers of the peacock. I wish I were a peacock, she would often say. I wish I were a peacock, she would often say. One day, the crow found peacock feathers on the ground. She thought for a while and decided to stick those feathers on herself. She stuck some feathers on her body, into her wings and tail, as well as on her head to look like a peacock. She then flew to join the flock of peacocks and claimed to be a relative of them. However, she was insulted and driven away by the peacocks. Peacocks, they said, what a fool you are! Sticking our feathers won't make you a peacock. Being humiliated and driven away, the crow saw some ducks playing on a pond. So she flew to them and asked if she could join them and be friends, but they also drove her away, saying they already have enough duck friends, and a crow does not belong to them. She thought of going back to her fellow crows, but afraid of being chased away by them as well, because she always disliked them, including herself. Now, the poor crow is left all alone and friendless. Moral. Moral is the lesson you learn after reading or hearing any story. So what is the moral you learn from this story? You can either write self-acceptance is important. Moral. You can write any one of them. First, self-acceptance is important. Or one should love oneself, and love yourself is essential, it's important.